helps if you can see me, doesn't it? Maybe. Right then. Okay, everyone, let's stand towards the front of our mats, feet hip width apart. Nice spreading of the toes. In fact, just bend down and just use your fingers just to spread your toes out. And then the outside edges of your feet parallel with the outside edges of your mat. Stand nice and tall, bringing your thighs up towards your groins and just letting your tailbone just gently drop. Shoulders back, and just let your shoulder blades drop down your back. Turning your palms forward, engaging your arms, spread your fingers, chin parallel with the ground. Gently close your eyes and just stand quietly. Just feel the ground underneath your feet. And then as you inhale, bringing your arms up, really stretching tall. And exhale, stretching forward, folding at the hips and forward fold. Inhale, halfway rise, stretching your back forward and exhale, fold. Then inhale, coming all the way back up, looking up, maybe doing a little back bend and exhaling your hands back down into mountain. Take a breath. Reset. Inhaling, arms up. And exhale, stretching forward and fold. Inhaling, halfway rise. And exhale, fold. Inhale, soft knees. Coming up, little back bend. And exhale, back to mountain. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway rise, and exhale, fold. Inhale, coming up, stretching your fingertips, looking up, little back bend, and exhale, back to mountain pose. Take a breath and reset. Inhaling, arms up, and exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway rise. And exhale, fold. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, mountain. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway rise. And exhale, fold. Inhale, soft knees coming all the way up. And exhale to mountain. Just take a breath and reset. Inhaling your arms up and exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway rise, and as you exhale, plant your hands, fingers spread, hip width, shoulder width apart, and step back into a plank. Just take a few breaths here, really pushing up through those hands, the eye of the elbow pointing forward as you turn out your upper arm, engaging your core. A few more breaths here, really strong. And then as you exhale, dropping your knees to the ground, your shins pushing your bottom back. And then as you slide forward, bring your chest and your chin to the ground. And then sliding your legs back, pushing up into a little cobra. And tuck your toes and push up into a downward facing dog. And just move around here however feels good. Maybe walking out your legs, maybe taking your heels from one side of the mat to the other. Just giving yourself a little wake up. And then as you exhale, just walking your feet to the front of the mat to a forward fold. Inhale, halfway rise, and exhale, fold. Inhale, coming all the way up, and exhale to mountain. Take a breath. Check your alignment, check your feet, check the spreading of your toes. Inhale, arms up, and exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway rise. Exhale, plant your hands, step back into plank, and take a breath. In plank, really strong. And as you exhale, go through knees, chest, chin. Little cobra. And downward facing dog. 2 breaths. Pushing up through your hands and letting your chest sink towards the ground. And big step forward into a forward fold. Inhale, halfway rise. And exhale, fold. And then inhaling all the way up. And exhaling back to mountain. And reset here. Inhaling, arms up. And exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway rise. Exhale, plant your hands, step back into plank, take a breath, and go through another vinyasa or meet in downward facing dog. Couple of breaths. And then a big step forward with your left foot this time to the front of the mat, bringing your right foot to meet into a forward fold. Inhale, halfway rise, and exhale, fold. Inhale, coming all the way up, soft knees, and exhale to mountain. Okay, couple of breaths. Inhaling, arms up, and exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway rise. Exhale, plant your hands, step back into plank through a vinyasa, and we'll meet in downward facing dog. And from downward dog, as you inhale, lifting your right leg up, and as you exhale, bringing it forward to the front of the mat, turning out your back foot 45 degrees, and coming up into a warrior one. Really pushing those feet into the floor, arms up, and looking up between your hands. And as you exhale, arms down, plant your hands, stepping back into plank through a vinyasa, and we'll meet in down dog. And then as you inhale, your left leg comes up, and exhale, step forward, looks to the front of the mat, turning out the back foot 45 degrees, and coming into a warrior one on the other side. Looking up, exhale, hands down, into plank, through a vinyasa. We'll meet in down dog for a couple of breaths. And then stepping forward, front of the mat into a forward fold. Halfway rise as you breathe in. And exhale, fold. Inhale, coming all the way up. And exhale to mountain. And then as you inhale, bringing your arms forward, sit in your chair. And then tilting forward into a forward fold. Inhale, halfway rise. And exhale, plant your hands, stepping back into plank through a Vinyasa. And we meet in down dog. A few breaths. Inhaling your right leg up. And then as you exhale, bring it to the front of the mat, turning the foot 90 degrees to the left and turning your whole body so that you're in a straddle pose along the length of the mat. And just letting your body come down into a forward fold, head dropped. And then as you turn back towards the front of the mat, dropping your back knee to the floor and coming into a low lunge. Just letting your hips sink towards the ground. Arms up. And then stretching forward, straightening that front leg into your half splits. Inhaling, coming back up into low lunge. And then as you exhale, plant your hands. Step back into plank through the Vinyasa. And we meet in down dog. So your left leg up. And then as you bring it to the front of the mat, turn, face the front of the mat and fold. And then walking your hands back round to the front of the mat, dropping your back knee to the floor, coming up to a low lunge. Straightening your front leg, leaning forward, peeling your foot off the mat, half splits. Inhaling, coming up into low lunge. And half splits. Inhaling, coming up, low lunge. Then as you exhale, hands down, stepping back into plank and through a Vinyasa. We'll meet in down dog. And then on your next exhale, bringing your feet to the front of the mat into a forward fold. Inhale, halfway rise. And exhale, fold. Inhale, bending your knees, bringing your arms forward and sitting in your chair. And exhale to mountain. Take a breath. Inhaling, arms forward and sit. And exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway rise. Exhale, plant your hands. Step back into plank. Take a breath. And through. A knees, chest, chin. Or a yogi push-up. We'll meet in downward facing dog. And you lift your right leg up, take it Bend your knee and take that knee behind your right hand. Take your leg across the mat and come down into a pigeon. So your back leg shooting straight back. Coming up onto your fingertips. Stretching up and forward. And then coming down and lying over that leg. Just take a few moments here. And then bringing your hands onto the ground, tucking your back toe and coming back into a down dog. And then this time with your left leg, bringing that up. And then bringing the knee forward behind your left hand. And into pigeon on the other side. And coming forward and lying over that leg. And then tucking that back toe, coming up onto your hands and back into a downward facing dog. And then letting your weight come forward so that you're coming through the plank pose. And then letting your hips drop and your head come up into an upward dog. Okay, so just flow between the down dog and the up dog. And keep going. Don't let your shoulders collapse. Keep pushing up through your shoulders. And when you come to your next down dog, just stay here for a couple of breaths. And then bringing your feet to the front of the mat into a forward fold. Inhale, halfway rise. And exhale, fold. Then inhale, bending your knees, arms forward, and sit in your chair. Just check the tracking of your knees, that you can see your big toe and your first toe as you move your knees backwards and forwards. Looking up then between your hands. And your next exhalation, pushing up through your legs and coming back into your mountain pose. Just take a few breaths. Okay, if you'd like to just find yourself on the wall, we'll just put our legs up the wall for a few minutes. So bum as close to the wall as you can, touching, and your legs straight up. Arms by your sides, palms facing up and shoulders dropping to the floor. And then pushing your heels against the wall, sliding up, pushing your hips up. So you've got a straight line. So you're in a sort of a plank from your shoulder to your heels. And then bringing your hands onto your back, onto your shoulders, and then maybe bringing your legs up to a bit of a shoulder stand, or maybe taking them back down behind you. And then when you're ready, just coming back down, your legs up the wall. And then if you just want to let your legs drop apart, stretching the insides of your thighs. Okay, just using your hands, bringing your knees back up together. Bending your knees and rolling off to the side. Okay, onto your backs. Arms facing up. Okay, so if you'd like to take your feet towards the left side of the mat, your shoulders towards the left side of the mat, and try and keep your pelvis where it is, into a banana shape. And then bringing your right arm up to give that right side an extra stretch, if that's comfortable for your shoulder. And then coming back to centre and moving your heels to the right of the mat, shoulders towards the right of the mat, and coming to a banana on the other side. Back to centre, arms out to the side, knees to the chest, and then just let your knees drop down towards your right armpit and looking over to the left. Just let gravity increase that twist. Relax. then inhaling back to centre. And as you exhale, let your knees drop towards the other side, looking over to the right. And then bringing your knees back to centre, letting your feet drop to the floor and your knees drop out. And bringing your arms up above your head and holding your elbows if that's comfortable for your shoulders. And then releasing and just coming up into a seated position in front of your wall. And then just, I'm about, I don't know, 9 inches away from the wall. And then putting your palms on the wall and just letting your head drop. If you need some height under your bottom for this, then just do, just grab some bolsters or bricks or something. And then if you're sitting with your legs crossed, I want you to change the crossing of your legs. And then popping your hands back up the wall again. And before we finish, we'll just come into a puppy pose on the floor. So knees and shins on the floor. Stretching your hands forwards until your chin comes onto the floor. Just letting your chest sink. And then carefully coming out of that into your belly and into a seal pose. So your feet are apart, your palms are facing out so that your lower arms are sort of going outwards. It's a seal pose. Looking up. And then if you want to, just coming up onto your hands and just walking your hands back a little bit. And releasing down, rolling onto your back. And I think we'll do, if you could grab if you have got a bolster actually handy or a cushion, I think we'll do our Shavasana on the chest a bit now. Excuse me, I'll just turn that off. Right. So I want you to choose here really what you feel your body needs. So maybe it's going across, okay, and just lying like this. Or maybe you want it lengthways. So just find yourself somewhere that feels really, it's just going to, you can lie there for a few minutes, give you a nice opening. And relax. So if you just want to do any last minute wiggling around to get yourself comfortable. And then just give yourself a bit of a body scan. Just checking that all your joints and major muscles are relaxing. Relaxing your hips and your belly. Just make sure you're not holding yourself anywhere. Relaxing your face, all the muscles around your eyes, your jaw, your tongue. And then carefully, slowly bending your knees, bringing your feet to the floor, and rolling over onto your side. To a little ball, and resting your head on your right arm. And then coming up into a comfortable seated position. Namaste.